Well, here we are again. Day 7. And today is lesson 4, the mind. The surrounding environment is a result of the mental environment. Now, okay, today's quote. In the province of the mind, what one believes to be true is either true or becomes true. John Lilly. Now, as I said yesterday, we're starting to pick up speed with this. And in this one, we recap what we've covered so far. That there's a reason you're studying the book. You can think for yourself, and you can change your own attitude on your own. This chapter then covers how the surrounding environment you have is a result of what you hold inside, what you consider, what you think, what your feelings, what emotions you generate. As you change the mental inside, you change the outside. Now, the funniest stuff is there's all sorts of things point to this, right? There's a great book, a real old book, and it was at the core of The Secret. You know, there's a whole chase scene where they're going through this thing, and the guy finds this thing, and he takes it out, steals it, takes a rubbing from it, steals it, buries it. Somebody else comes and takes the rubbing, and the stone that he got it from is buried. Gates takes the rubbing, and this goes from that hand, and it goes to that guy's hand, and this guy's hand, this guy, all the way through the history until it finally winds up over here where they're trying to suppress it with all these guys in suits in a boardroom, right? Well, what that was a book which basically had as its core a phrase which basically literally translates to as above, so below, right? Or more liberally translated, it means as within, so without. Now, if you go to even older than that text, was the Huna, and it says the world is what you think it is. Right now, we aren't trying to get into some spooky, crazy, mind over matter thing. We're just simply saying that if you change your attitude, you'll change the way you handle what comes at you in the environment. Right? Now, some degree that this is true that you can avoid things happening by not thinking that way. And The Secret DVD goes into this quite a bit, right? But what we're dealing with here is, let's just go with what we've covered so far. There's a reason, there's something you can change, right? You can think for yourself. You can actually think for yourself. Your own thoughts can be yours. You can change your own attitude on your own. So any emotional attitude you have, you can shift this, right? So if something comes at you, then you can handle it with a positive, proactive view, and you'll get a better result. It's really that simple. And this is really one of the longest chapters so far. It goes through all these books, all the authors that cover this. I mean, this is a big one. Science of Getting Rich with Waddles, As Man Thinketh with Allen, Master Key System with Hanel, Think and Grow Rich with Hill, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People with Covey, and Powered Positive Thinking with Peel. All these guys said, these authors, and these authors did not live in the same time period. They didn't know each other personally. And it's dubious if they've even read each other's books, with the exception of Covey. Right? Covey didn't know everybody, but he covered all these books. And that's why he had a bestseller, basically. So this is the point, right? Is you understand this stuff, you can actually change the world around you. So at least it's not as much irritating, but by being proactive, being sensible, and being calm, being whatever attitude you want to adopt toward it, then that you'll be able to make a different result in the environment around you. So you can have a calm, stable, supportive environment around you to make money, to have better relationships, to improve your health, whatever you want, right? But it starts by being able to handle your mind, change your mind, control your mind, whatever you want to talk about it, whatever you think, so the world around you will start being that way. But it's through your actions again. Forget the psionic stuff, We will just do the simplicities of change your attitude, get a handle on your emotions, and then the world around you will change into what you want it to be. Exercises today. In the same room as chair before, think of a place has pleasant associations. So you sit down in the chair, relax. Okay, now think of something that has pleasant associations with it, right? It won't be necessarily easy, but as you practice, you'll get more complete, vivid visual versions of the scene for you. Now next, try concentrating on a single thought for 10 minutes. Bring a photograph with you and study the face carefully. Note the expression, the shape of the nose, position of the eyebrows, clothing, and hair arrangement, all details. Now close your eyes and try to mentally see this for yourself. Again, this skill required. The more you do it, the easier it will become. See if you can hold the thought for 10 minutes. More than likely, your mind will wander at it first, but keep at it for 10 minutes. This is a point where, this again from Hanel. What we're doing here is developing your mental skills so that you can have a vision, you can change your attitude, you can have something pleasant show up whenever you want it to, and then you can actually hold an image of something in your mind. And that will become very much more, that's a trick thing. You understand this now? It will help you way, way, way more as we come into other stuff later in the book. Anyway, I'm going too far. Thanks for being here. Thanks for studying with me. Get a copy of the book. Thanks.